By WorldWire News, this is no longer a war. It is the slow suffocation of a people under the gaze of a silent world. These are the words of a Palestinian doctor in northern Gaza, whispered into a shaky phone line before it was cut. His message echoes what many have come to realize. Gaza is no longer just a battleground. It is a graveyard of humanity, buried beneath bombed-out hospitals, starving children, and crumbled international law. In recent weeks, the scale of devastation in Gaza has crossed every moral, legal, and human threshold. Entire families have been wiped out in a single strike. Hospitals have run out of fuel and medicine. Children sleep under rubble. And yet, despite global outcry, the world continues to watch. Paralyzed. Numb. Complicit. A human catastrophe beyond words. Gaza today is not merely a humanitarian crisis. It is a collapse of conscience. Over 35,000 people have been killed, many of them women and children. Thousands more are buried beneath debris. UN officials have described the conditions as hell on earth. The Gaza health system has completely collapsed, with makeshift clinics replacing hospitals and emergency surgeries performed without anesthesia. Access to clean water is a memory. Food supplies have been deliberately blocked or destroyed. Babies in incubators are dying for lack of electricity. And as journalists are silenced or barred from entry, the truth bleeds from the cracks of silence. This is not collateral damage. This is not proportional warfare. This is systematic destruction of infrastructure, of civilians, of hope. Where are the leaders? The international community once pledged, never again. Yet here we are, again, watching from the sidelines as a people are crushed by an unrelenting military campaign and a decade-long blockade. The Gaza Strip, home to over 2 million people, is being strangled, not just by bombs, but by indifference. Major powers issue statements of concern. Some call for restraint. Others block ceasefire resolutions. A few send aid, but nowhere near enough. And all the while, children are being pulled from the rubble with lifeless eyes, and parents are forced to bury every one of their children in a single day. This is not just a political failure. It is a moral abandonment on a global scale. Silencing the truth. What's equally disturbing is the calculated erasure of this reality from public view. Internet and power blackouts have become tools of war. Journalists and humanitarian workers are among the dead. Independent investigations are stalled or denied access. In the vacuum of truth, propaganda flourishes. But facts remain stubborn. Civilians are being targeted. UN shelters are being bombed. Aid convoys are turned away or attacked. And still, much of the media chooses neutrality in the face of atrocity, a neutrality that becomes complicity. Human rights are not optional. What is happening in Gaza is not complicated. It is not a matter of perspective. It is a matter of principles. You cannot claim to stand for human rights while watching children die of dehydration under siege. You cannot preach democracy and silence those who protest for Gaza's survival. You cannot support international law only when it serves your interests. If the world truly values justice, it must apply the same standards to Gaza that it would apply to any other people, in any other land. No child is less deserving of life because of where they are born. The time to act was yesterday, but today is not too late. The humanitarian collapse in Gaza is accelerating. Every hour, more lives are lost. Every delay costs another limb, another orphan, another grave. But silence is not inevitable. Civilians across the globe are marching, calling, donating, and demanding action. Young people are refusing to look away. Human rights lawyers are documenting evidence for future justice. The pressure is mounting, but it needs to break through. Governments must stop hiding behind political alliances and do what they were elected to do: protect life, uphold law, and defend the innocent. Conclusion: will history remember our silence or our stand? In the face of utter inhumanity, neutrality is a choice, and it's the wrong one. Gaza does not need your pity. It needs your voice, your outrage, your demand for immediate ceasefire, and your refusal to accept mass suffering as the new normal. The world is watching Gaza collapse. The only question is, will we keep watching, or will we finally act? This report was filed by WorldWire News, where humanity matters more than headlines. Follow us for continuing coverage of global crises, human rights, and the stories the world must not ignore.